The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello once again, everybody. Big Polly coming to you. Quarterfinal number 3 of the HTFL playoff season 2. I can spit it out right. And we're going to San Francisco. It's going to be the Gold Raiders hosting the Commanders. And let's set up the weather for you, give you the little weather report here. Oh, cold even for San Francisco, 41 degrees, but not impossibly cold. At Levi's Stadium, a strong wind, 15 to 25 mile per hour blowing. So it's going to help the kicking and the passing game of the teams who get it at various times. So off we go. And there you see the quarterback matchup, Steve Young and Sonny Jurgensen. Washington, the 6th seed, San Francisco, the 3. Washington won the regular season contest between these two. San Francisco is going to defer to the second half, so Washington gets the wind advantage, 15 to 25 mile per hour. James, Signs, and Williams, they don't set up an option on Action PC Football 2021, which we are using because we started with it, we'll finish with it. And then next year we'll use Action PC Football 2022, which is the version. They don't give you an option to take the wind. So San Francisco is deferring. James, Signs, and Williams back deep. We're underway from Santa Clara, California. And this return by James, 31 yards out to the 33. Your lineup for the Commanders, I nearly said Redskins. Davis and Bossler are your running backs. Monk and Clark the wideouts. Cooley the tight end. Jurgensen out of Virginia is your quarterback. Jacoby, Grin, House, Slavinsky, who we'll see on the defense when San Francisco takes the ball, and Samuels, your offensive line. And on 1st and 10 from the 33 on a rather cold day in Northern California, a gain of 2 for Davis out to the 35. Haley on the stop. A very good defense for San Francisco. They won the Season 1 championship. Haley, Hardman, Nomalini, Stubblefield, your front four. Mack, Connors, and Wilcox are your linebacker core. I think Connors is a substitute for an injury. Brown and Johnson, Lott and Grayson, your defensive backs. And we'll see what happens here on 2nd and 8. And that is a strike. That is to Art Monk, a 13-yard gain. Willie Brown, making a tackle for the Gold Raiders, who are a combination of the San Francisco 49ers and the Oakland Raiders when they played in Oakland. Of course, they don't play in Oakland anymore. They play in Las Vegas, and they had that little stint in Los Angeles in the 80s. 1st and 10 at the 48. Jurgensen looking and finding Chris Cooley, a gain of 8 yards. So we'll go over the playoff possibilities. If Washington wins, they will get Cleveland in our first semifinal Tuesday. If San Francisco wins, they will get New York Wednesday. So this will be a big piece to the puzzle as to who goes where in the playoffs in the semifinal round. And the hometown bowl will be Friday, 6 days away. 2nd and 2 from the 44. Here is Jurgensen throwing, and that was a check down. The Bossler batted at the line, incomplete. 3rd and 2 at the 44. And Jurgensen firing and finding Gary Clark for an 11-yard gain. Jimmy Johnson making the stop. And it's 1st and 10 for the Commanders at the 33. Of course, this is what the Washington NFL franchise will be named when they start play in the 2022-2023 season. Took them a couple of years to get a name, the nickname that they wanted. Incomplete there as Jurgensen was looking for Art Monk, but it's everybody who played for Washington with their now woe-begotten nickname of Redskins. 3rd and 10 from the 33. And that is a throw and a catch to Art Monk. A 13-yard gain. And that sets up 1st and 10 from the 20. It's going to be a screen pass to Bossler, but incomplete. Right through the hand. Oh, it was Davis. It was Davis making the catch there, or trying to. Stephen Davis out of Auburn. War Eagle. 2nd and 10 from the 20 with 10:45 left. And that was the Don Bossler, an 11-yard gain. And Washington continues on the march at the 9-yard line. We hope you all are well this 21st day of May. A Saturday, 1st and goal tonight. I was watching a little of the PGA Championships, and Bossler scores a touchdown. Washington, and they take the 6-0 lead, and your extra point will be no good by Aguirre, and it will remain a 6-0 game with 9:49 left opening quarter. It's Abe Woodson leading the return team along with Washington and Roberson. And this is going to be 7 yards deep in the end zone. Remember, Washington has the wind advantage for the first and the fourth quarters, so San Francisco will have it for the middle quarters. Gore and McElhenney will start out at running back in the base formation for San Francisco. They do not have Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice played this season in Seattle because he was also a former Seattle Seahawk. Wilson and Parks are your wideouts. Kittle the tight end. Young, the quarterback out of Brigham Young. Very good offensive line. Shell, Upshaw, Otto, Cross, and St. Clair will lead the effort. When they go to a double tight end formation, Dave Casper comes in as the second tight end. Will go off tackle right to Gore. And he will gain 3 yards, and that sets up 2nd and 7 from the 23. We have 9:41 left, opening quarter. For Washington, it's Manley, Butts, and Talbert, your front four. Hamburger, Slavinsky, and Arrington, your linebackers. Hamburger is a 10. That is H-A-N, not H-A-M. So I don't want to get you all hungry. Green and Bailey, Houston and Taylor, your defensive back. Houston is a 10 in one of the safety positions. We'll go Wilson on a short slant, 2nd and 7. And he caught it. Did he get the first? He did. So now you know all the principles. 8:58 left, opening quarter. And San Francisco is leading. Is trailing, 6-0 to Frank Gore off tackle right side. A 4-yard gain. San Francisco won the season 1 championship. Have a little bit of an uphill battle to win the season 2 title because it's looking like should they win, they will play New York in the semifinal round. And you kind of wonder if that home field advantage. By the way, the home team has won all games in this playoff but one when Denver beat Minnesota. Short out to George Kittle on 2nd and 6. And there's the throw overthrown. Looked like the wind got a little bit of that pass by Steve Young. It's now 3rd and 6. And we'll go to Cliff Branch on the short slant. And that is complete, a gain of 9 and a first down for the Gold Raiders. So going into the wind, the throws by Steve Young have to be very tight. Can't loft it into the air, otherwise the ball will go flying. McElhenney, trap right, and he gains 7 yards. San Francisco's running back tandem of Frank Gore and Hugh McElhenney probably rivals Cleveland's, Jim Brown and Marion Motley. And it's 2nd and 3. And actually, no, you can't go long with a 25-mile-an-hour wind at your face. We'll go draw play, Hugh McElhenney on 2nd. And he's stuffed at the line by Mann, setting up 3rd and 3. Ball at midfield. USFL action going on right now, I see. Slow hitch to George Kittle. I'm recording this in about 2 in the afternoon on the 21st of May. 4th and 3 after that incompletion to Kittle, so they're going to bring in Ray Guy for a sideline punt. And not a bad punt. They got what they were expecting, a 36-yard punt out of bounds at the 14. 5:11 now left first quarter, and Washington leading 6-0. As I was telling you earlier, they won 25-6 in a game in the early part of the regular season. I think we had that on Big Paulie's World of Sports. This is the 101st game I have done this season. 2nd and 6. And Davis with a gain of 4. Willie Brown again making a tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 18. And that's a throw to Davis. Incomplete. Good coverage by San Francisco, forcing Jurgensen just to chuck that one. 3rd and 6 from the 18. And Davis is going to try to run for it, and he's going to get it. A gain of 7. Again, Willie Brown on the stop for your San Francisco Gold Raiders. 1st and 10 at the 25. 4:06 left. And Davis again. As John McKay once quipped, you don't mind giving your running back the ball because the ball is not too heavy. Gain of 6 there for Davis. Leo Namalini on the stop. It's going to be 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here is the pitch to Davis. Another handoff to Davis, I should say. Gain of 9. So Davis piling up yardage. 5 carries and 28 yards. 1st and 10 from the 40. 2:37 left opening quarter. And this is to Don Bossler. He loses a yard. Khalil Mack, who now plays for the Bears, used to play for the Giants, made the not the Giants, but the Raiders of Oakland, made the tackle, so he was eligible to be picked by San Francisco. 2nd and 11, the ball at the 39. And this is Davis. He loses 4 more yards. Not a bad idea to try to catch San Francisco napping, I beg your pardon, on 2nd and 11, but the play goes backwards. 3rd and 15 at the 35, 1:12 to go. Pass in the corner, looking for Clark. Nearly picked off by Woodson, and the Commanders will have to punt. Back to punt is Eddie LeBaron, who, when Doug Flutie turned pro in the mid-'80s, was often compared to. Will return it. And it was taken by Taylor, and a fumble recovered by Willie Brown. So the punt went 53. The return was for Zilch. And it's now the Gold Raiders taking over at their own 12 with 21 seconds left in the opening quarter. They trail 6-0, but they're about to get the wind advantage. Here is McElhenney. And that's good for a yard, and that'll do it for the opening quarter of play. Washington 6 and the Gold Raiders nothing. Washington with a heaping helping of plays, 19 plays, 88 yards, 12 passes. San Francisco just 9, 5 rushes, and 31 yards. So I think you'll see Young open it up here on 2nd. We're going to go short hitch to Kittle. They have the wind at their backs now. That is to McElhenney. He'll pick up 6. And it's 3rd and 3. They'll go 3 wide, which brings Cliff Branch into the game. And they're going to go his way on a medium cross. Short tight, so this play made to order. Young is going to call timeout. He saw something he did not like. So we'll do it all over again. First timeout called by the Gold Raiders. Washington still with all of their 3. Cross to Billy Wilson on 3rd. That's incomplete. 4th and 3, and Ray Guy on to punt. And with that wind at his back, this should be a boomer. Fair caught by Crowder after 55 yards. And it's 1st and 10 Washington, 14:05 left in the half. They lead 6-0. And that is Cooley, a gain of 15 on that pass, tackled by Ronnie Lott. 1st and 10 at the 41. And this is kind of the pace, this is kind of the setting that led to Washington beating San Francisco earlier in the regular season. Just kept it a low-scoring game and just kept the pace manageable and didn't engage in a shootout with San Francisco. 2nd and 4 at the 47. So as Shirley Bassey once sang, there's all just a little bit of history repeating here. That was a pass by Jurgensen, incomplete, looking for Gary Clark. Of course, the propeller heads were part of that song too, from There's Something About Mary. Davis caught the San Francisco defense flat-footed. Mack forced a fumble. Cooley was Johnny on the spot for the Commanders, and they keep possession. 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 41. This is the third of 4 quarterfinals. Bossler, a gain of 7. Wilcox on the stop for San Francisco. 2nd and 3, ball to 34. If Washington wins, they'll get Cleveland in our first semifinal. Another first down racked up by Davis. He is now at 8 carries, 33 yards. He has 1 catch for 12. 1st and 10 at the 31. And Sonny Jurgensen, nobody putting any pressure on Sonny, but that throw to Cooley incomplete. 2nd and a 10er. Down at the 31. Incomplete this time, looking for Monk. Jurgensen, 9 for 18, 99 yards. 1 touchdown. 3rd and 10 at the 31. And he was looking for Art Monk that time, but it was a little too high and incomplete. And we'll have a field goal attempt here of 48 yards into the wind and pushed to the left and no good by Hopkins. So San Francisco will get the benefit of good field position. In the HTFL, we use the rules of on missed field goals, we put the ball on the spot of the kick, as is commonplace in the modern day NFL. So it's San Francisco at the 38 to start, 1st and 10. Off tackle right, Frank Gore, 8 in the box for Washington. Gore doesn't care, he gains 5 yards. Dexter Manley on the stop for Washington. So San Francisco goes 3 wide, but they're going to use Gore here. Sweep to the right. Just want to open up the running lanes that don't open up, and another tackle there by Dexter Manley. 3rd and 5. Ball at the San Francisco 43. I'm going to look to Kittle here. Short slant. 75% this is completed. And it is a gain of 7. And a first down. Ball now at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 from the 50. Dive for Frank Gore. And a marker.
False start. Offense. Number 63. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Number 63 would be Gene Upshaw, who spent many a year negotiating in strike situations for the players. Pitch to the right, Frank Gore, 1st and 15 at the 45. Minus side of the field, but now a gain of 8.
Personal foul. Defense. Number 16, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Slavinsky tried to pick a fight with the offensive line and the officiating crew right on the spot, getting the instigator and not the retaliator. 1st and 10 from the 32. Trap to the left for Frank Gore in the double tight end set. So Dave Casper is in there. 4-yard gain. Butts makes the tackle. B-U-T-Z. Screen to McElhenney on 2nd and a 6er. He catches it, and he didn't gain much. Just 1 yard. We might have an injury to Hamburger. His return probable. So Ryan Kerrigan coming in as an outside linebacker replacement. 3rd and 7. So maybe this opens up things for the Gold Raiders. Parks, short slant. Young's going to run. And does he get to the first down marker? He does. Well, he can't see that yellow line, but we do. And it's 1st and 10 from the 21. We're going to go, we're going to go play action, hitch to Casper. Get him involved. He of the ghost to the post. Incomplete as Young overthrows him. 5:36 left in the half. This will be the 10th play of the drive coming up. And we're going to look to Hugh McElhenney. Pitch to the right side. Gives you the best odds at a first down, but no gain there. And who made the tackle for Washington? LeVar Arrington. 3rd and 10. Ball to 21. Still. And we'll look to Cliff Branch. And we'll try the crossing route. And he got it. And that's going to be a touchdown, San Francisco. And the game is tied at 6. Remember, Washington on their touchdown on the initial drive missed the point after. So an 11-play, 62-yard drive. Here is Janikowski. He has been known to miss extra points, but he gets it home. It's 7-6 with 4:40 left to go in the half. We're back to James receiving a kickoff here for Washington. And I think that ball's going to land somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. A touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Sonny Jurgensen. Cooley and Washington needing a drive of some substance here after their defense was out there for a great length of time. Pardon me a moment, folks. Had to get a cough out. 1st and 10 from the 32. 4:30 now left in the half. Here's Jurgensen. And there is Clark.
Offsides, defense. Number 94, 5-yard penalty.
Haley offside. Washington obviously will decline that penalty. And it's now 1st and 10 at the Washington 43. 3:43 left to go. Screen, and that's got to be roughing the passer. It has to.
Number 73, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You could see Jurgensen's body just jolt back when Namalini hit him. And that was well after the pass was thrown. 1st and 10 at the 42 now of San Francisco, as Washington trying to mount a retort to the San Francisco touchdown. That was intended for Chris Cooley and deflected by Wilcox. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Incomplete. Hardman injured. Hardman's one of the defensive ends. His return questionable. Looked like he was favoring his ribs. So Tommy Hart has to come in out of Morris Brown. 3rd and 10 from the 42. We're down now to 3:15. And that was a pass to Bossler.
Roughing the passer, defense. Number 73, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So Leo Namalini's becoming a dance partner here with Sonny Jurgensen, racking up a lot of penalty yardage, 30 in just these last couple of plays. 1st and 10, the ball now at the Gold Raider 24. That's going to be to Art Monk, a 16-yard gain. And we'll see if Washington feels about using a timeout. They're not going to do it. Not going to do it. 2:52 left, opening half. Incomplete as Jurgensen was looking for Don Bossler there. 2nd and goal from the 8, 2:34. And a sack by Charles Haley. Loss of 6. And I'm not going to call a timeout and aid Washington. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 14. Jurgensen, a strike to Gary Clark and a touchdown. So Washington retaking the lead. It's 12-7. Let's see if Aguirre can redeem himself. And he does. 13-7. We're at the 2-minute warning. 1:59 left to go as the touchdown triggers the 2-minute warning. Woodson back deep for San Francisco. We'll see what they can do with the 2-minute drill. And Woodson brought it out 28 to the 28. Took it at the goal line. 1st and 10. And we're going to go medium out to Cliff Branch. And he's got it. And he goes out of bounds. Bass is the 5th defensive back. And it's 1st and 10 at the 44, a minute 40 left. San Francisco with 2 timeouts. You can still use the middle. Parks on a medium slant, 1st and 10. That is incomplete. Setting up a 2nd and 10 situation. How about a screen to Frank Gore? Incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. We'll go Branch again. And we're going to go medium fly this time on 3rd. Thrown to Wilson underneath. And that only gains 2 yards, well shy of the 1st. So San Francisco will be punting it away. Washington called time. They will have 2 left. 4th and 8 from the 46. And Ray Guy coming on the punt, looking like he'll go to the sideline. And not a good punt. Only 26 yards. Out at the 28. Looked like that even the great punters will sometimes hit the ball off the side of their foot, and that's exactly what happened there. 1st and 10 at the 28. And when you hit that side of the foot, the ball does not go far. Gain of 4 for Don Bossler. Washington calling time. They have 1 left and 1:11 to go. Screen, Davis, and he had a lot of room. 15 yards and a 1st down. With 55 seconds left, Washington will call their last timeout. Ball at the 47. And that is to Art Monk. He gets out of bounds, a gain of 9. They're now at the 44 of San Francisco, so Washington could pick up a few more points here. Going deep, finding Monk, and that is a gain of 24 yards. We're down to 33 seconds. 1st and 10 from the 20. Jerkinson feeling his hope. This is his 31st pass of the half, incomplete. And with 22 seconds left, it's 2nd down, but they're going to kick the field goal. Hopkins is good from 37. It is a 16-7 game. Washington did not want to monkey around with a beat the clock situation should they have been completed a pass or a run and not been able to get out of bounds. Safe return here for San Francisco with 16 seconds to go. Woodson took it from the 3 to the 18, and with 8 seconds left and 2 timeouts, we'll try a quick throw here to Wilson. Incomplete. And with 5 seconds left, we're going to run trips to the left, and we're just going to try for the bomb. Now, we do get the ball to start the second half, but this play works. You could have a double score here. You get a score here, and you get a score to start the second half. We'll go bomb to Wilson. The quarterback must pass. Trips to the left. There's the throw. Incomplete. And that'll do it for your first half of play. Washington up more than a score. It's looking like the regular season game that they had, which was 25-7. This is 16-7 as we go to the halftime break. You're watching the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. I will be right back. Okay, everybody, getting ready to start the second half of play. If you follow my podcast, Paulie Talks Wrestling, a new episode will be dropping some point after 6 p.m. United States Eastern Daylight Time. Convert that to the time in your neck of the woods. And if you follow my civilian channel, Life with Ella will be available at noon tomorrow, Sunday. Again, that is United States EDT. So we have that for you all as we progress towards the start of summer. Memorial Day weekend coming up. And it's Woodson, Washington, and Roberson. Remember, San Francisco deferred will get the ball to start the second half. They will have the wind at their backs. And Woodson took it, I think, right at the goal line. Yes, he did. 23 yards to the 23. Young, 8 for 16, 67 yards. San Francisco, 27 plays for just 107 yards. And 16 of them have been passes. For Washington, they've been putting up the ball early and often. 41 plays, 233, 31 passes. And we'll go to Gore on a dive on first. 8 in the box for Washington, but Gore will pick up 3 yards. will go Branch on the short cross on 2nd and 7. That is incomplete. Setting up 3rd and 7. How about Gore on a screen? And he's open. Will he get to the first down marker? Yes, he will. A gain of 11. Green on the stop for the Commanders. If they hold on and this result holds on, they'll get Cleveland in the semifinals. Off tackle left, Frank Gore. I don't think Cleveland and Washington played each other this year. That's a gain of 6 for Frank Gore. And McElhenney providing a good block. Bailey making the tackle. Champ Bailey. Sweep to the left for Hugh McElhenney. We'll put him to work running the ball. And that's a first down and more. Gain of 12. Slavinsky on the stop for the Redskins. 1st and 10 now at the Washington 45. Bomb to Wilson. Got to stretch the defense here. Make them work. And that is complete to Parks. Young threw that into traffic. Parks smart enough to find a way to make the grab. Ball at the 3, and here come the Gold Raiders. 1st and 10. No, it's not 1st and 10 because they are inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. Pitch to McElhenney. And he tries to find the corner. Could not find the pylon, but he gained a yard. 2nd and goal from the 2. San Francisco looking to draw close. Gore finds Pater. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's 16-13. Extra point by Janikowski is good. So your score now 16-14, 9:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. James, Signs, and Williams back deep. This will be a touchback. Jurgensen not having a bad day. 17-31, 203 yards, 2 touchdown throws. And we'll see if Sonny will keep throwing here. He is not deterred by that 15 to 25 mile an hour wind in his face. He looked for Clark, and it's an incompletion. 2nd and 10, ball at the 20, and this is a give to Don Bossler.
Holding, offense, number 60, 10-yard penalty.
And 2nd and 10 has just turned into 2nd and 20. And you get the sense momentum may be changing here. Jurgensen threw right between Cooley and 84, I think it was Clark, and neither of them caught it. So 3rd and 20 now from the 10. Bossler. Possible interception here. Jurgensen threw. Namalini batted it at the line. Looked like he caught it.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
So San Francisco loses a timeout and a challenge. 9:27 left to go in the 3rd. But the big story here is San Francisco's getting the ball back, and they should get good field position with Washington kicking into the winds. That punt by Eddie LeBaron goes 40 yards. The return 5. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 45. We have a score of 16-14. We're going to go McElhenney, just in case they're covering Gore. McElhenney off to the races, past the 30, past the 25, but he fumbled. George Kittle there for the recovery, a gain of 22. And it's 1st and 10 for the Gold Raiders. They trail by 2, 16-14. Now we'll go to Gore. Sweep to the right side. Check the stats on McElhenney. A 4-yard gain. That is 7 carries for McElhenney. He is your leading rusher on San Francisco with 43 yards. So 2nd and 6. We'll go back to McElhenney. Off tackle, left side. Gain of 5. Now if San Francisco wins, they will get New York in the semifinal round that we'll have for you, and that game would be Wednesday. McElhenney straight ahead on a dive. 8 in the box for Washington. Don't matter. It's a 4-yard gain and a first down. 6:58 left 3rd quarter. The tide has turned in this quarterfinal matchup. Off tackle right, Frank Gore. And Gore inside the 10 to the 7, a gain of 3. And time continuing the move. 6:12 now left, third quarter. Back to McElhenney. He'll try a pitch to the right side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Gold Raiders. So McElhenney has just given the lead to San Francisco. Well, the score is now 20-16. I'm going to go for 2. And I'm going to go right back to McElhenney so he can get all the 8 points here. We're going to go off tackle, left side. And McElhenney gets the deuce, 22-16. You go for 2 in that situation to try to attempt to make it a 6-point game, which is exactly what San Francisco was able to do. So 15 unanswered for San Francisco, and they have that 22-16 lead. James back deep, but this kick's going to go out of bounds.
Kicking team.
The kick by Nedley, finding the sidelines. That's a huge break for Washington, who has the ball at their 40 now. 5:26 left, third quarter. And Davis straight ahead for 4 yards. Hart making the tackle. He came in earlier as a substitution due to injury. 2nd and 6 from the 44. Incomplete, looking for Gary Clark. 3rd and 6. Ball at the 44. Over the middle, and he finds Art Monk. Jurgensen did, a gain of 10. Jurgensen 18 of 36, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 from the 46. By the way, between the semifinals and finals, we do not have a 2-week break between the semifinals and the hometown bowl. It's just a 1-week break. 5 bad passes for Sonny Jurgensen. He was trying to get it to somebody, but it was thrown away. 2nd and 10 from the 46. I think everybody kind of hates the 2-week break between the conference championships and the Super Bowl anyway. And I don't have a Pro Bowl, so we'll go straight from the semifinals to the hometown bowl game. 10th tackle for Willie Brown after that play to Monk, gains 2. 3rd and 8 from the San Francisco 44, down to 3:36 left in the third quarter. Art Monk is loose to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Commanders! 44 yards. That puts Monk at 131 on the day on his 8th catch. And that's the 3rd touchdown for Sonny. We have a tie score at 22 apiece. Aguirre gets the point after. So Washington. Funny that this score should pop up. The week that just went by was the anniversary of the Phillies and Cubs game, where the Cubs scored 22 and lost to the Phillies in extra innings, 23-22, May 17th, 1979. So at this point, we have Washington 23 and San Francisco 22. Woodson back deep for San Francisco, and he's going to return it 2 yards deep, 2:46 left. And we might see San Francisco with 2:39 left before they lose their wind advantage, try a lot of throws here. Medium out, Cliff Branch, 1st and 10. That's a catch. Gain of 15. Young, 11 for 20, 135 yards. They've been focused on the run game, but I don't see a reason why not to let it all hang out here. Wilson, medium fly. 1st and 10 from the 42. Overthrew him, incomplete. We'll use McElhenney to try to chop down the yardage a little bit. Sweep to the right side. Double tight end formation. And he will gain 5 yards. 1:33. Cross to Kittle on 3rd and 5. That is incomplete, but
Pass interference. Defense.
you know it.
Number 21. Automatic. First down.
They get Sean Taylor for pass interference. 53 seconds left. Got to throw one deep here. We'll look for Branch. It's a check down to Gore. Gore gained 5 yards. 40 seconds left. How about a sluggo play to Branch on 2nd and 5? There's the throw. There's an incompletion. One. No, we go to the fourth quarter. Time ran out on the third. It is San Francisco trailing by one, 23-22. 3rd and 5. Kittle on the hitch. Washington playing nickel. And Kittle caught it, a gain of 9. 1st and 10, the ball at the Washington 30. We'll go McElhenney. Sweep to the right side. And McElhenney could not get any footing there. A gain of 3. Arrington on the stop for the Commanders. So 2nd and 13. Screen to Gore. And it's there. Let's see how Gore can go. He will get the first down. He picked up the 13 yards. Washington challenging the spot.
Review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
So that's what Washington chose to use their timeout on. Their challenge on. So it's now 3rd and inches from the 20. McElhenney, dive. And Washington's going to crowd the line of scrimmage. And McElhenney still there for a gain of 3. He has 13 carries, 64 yards. Both running backs have gotten more than 10 carries. Gore with 11 for 42. And I'm going to run a sweep to the right. I'm going to go McElhenney again. 1st and 10 from the 17. McElhenney past the 15, past the 10 to the 5. He scores. Hugh McElhenney makes it a 28-23 game. Well, they got to go for 2 again. We'll go full house, which brings Garrison Hurst into the game, and that's where we're going. Off tackle, right side. And Hurst will get in, so San Francisco 2 for 2 on 2-point conversions. It's 30-23. And what a football game this turned out to be. To quote the late, great Howard Cosell, 12:26 left. He said that after a game between the Colts and the Patriots where Joe Washington caught a touchdown pass, threw a touchdown pass, and I think he returned the touchdown. He either rushed or caught a pass for a touchdown. He scored touchdowns like 3 different ways, at least. James back deep. And that was back when he played for the Baltimore Colts. He'd later play for the Redskins. And James returning that 30 yards to the 31, a tackle by Huff. 1st and 10 at the 31. Jurgensen, 20 for 39, 259. Washington has the wind advantage for the fourth quarter. This is incomplete. Medium slant to Coley. Riveting game. 2nd and 10. Ball to 31. Jurgensen looking for Gary Clark, but he overthrew him. 3rd and 10. Crowd chanting defense. But Washington has other plans. A gain of 13 for Art Monk. 9 catches, 144 yards for him. And Monk looking a little winded. They're going to bring in Charlie Taylor as the left split end. 1st and 10 from the 44. 11:52 now left. The throw caught by Gary Clark. And Jurgensen just has these moments in this game where he is hot like Buster Poindexter. 15-yard game. 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 41, and that is Stephen Davis gaining 6. Connors. No, not Jimmy Connors. Dan Connors on the stop. 2nd and 4 from the 35. The pitch to Davis, and Davis will get the first down and more. Past the 20. All the way down near the 10, at the 10. Jimmy Johnson on the stop. 1st and goal at the 10. 9:28 now left in regulation time. Jurgensen looking when not finding Davis, and that will be an incomplete pass. 2nd and goal from the 10. 8:47 left. And Davis moseying down to the 5. He has a season high Actually, a postseason high of 73 yards. 3rd and goal, ball at the 5. Huge play here for the Commanders, which they get, and it's a touchdown to Derek Clark. Clark caught that, and that is his second touchdown of the game. 30-29. Washington showing a lot of confidence in Hank Aguirre. He's going to kick the extra point. Did he get it? He got it. That just barely got through the right side of the upright. 30 all, and I'm not talking tennis here, with 7:54 left, fourth quarter. What a game. Woodson back deep for San Francisco. This might come down to who has the ball last. 1st and 10 at the 20. McElhenney, who has had a good day today, pitched to the right side. One of the surprises in this game, I think, has been Hugh. And he gained 2 yards. Manley on the stop. Screen to Gore on 2nd and 8. 7:49 now left. And that was well covered, incomplete. 3rd and 8 yards to go. A fly to Cliff Branch. And Branch wide open, a gain of 17. Bass making the tackle. It's 1st and 10 with 6:58 left, fourth quarter. Washington wants to use some clock and use that running game. Pitch left McElhenney. They'll try to send him to the outside. And that's a gain of 5. Slavinsky on the stop. He's got to be exhausted. 2nd and 5. We're now down to be under 6 minutes when the ball is snapped. Gore. Off tackle, right side. No gain. 3rd and 5. We'll be under 5 minutes when this is snapped. Hitch to Kittle. He caught it, a first down. A gain of 8. Young is now 16 of 28. 167 yards. 4:43 left. And we'll go McElhenney. San Francisco slowing it down. They want that last possession. Off tackle, right side. McElhenney. And Hugh McElhenney out of Washington. No gain. 2nd and 10. We're down to 3:57. Branch. Medium slant on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete. The timing just a little off. 3rd and 10. Screen to Gore. And they hope this play will bust open. Gore will get the first down, a gain of 13. 2:55 now left in regulation. We have a 30-30 tie. This will be the 10th play of the drive. This is already going over 5 minutes by the time the ball is snapped. Trap right, Frank Gore. And Gore past the 30, past the 25, down to the 21. A gain of 14. We're down to the 2. 2-minute warning. San Francisco with 2 timeouts. Washington with 3. We are tied at 30-30. Should we go to overtime? It is first team to score no matter how long it takes. The old NFL sudden death overtime rules for the postseason. Trap right Gore. 1st and 10 from the 21. 5-yard gain. Let's check his progress. He's at 14 carries and 61 yards. And San Francisco's in no hurry to call their timeouts. Off tackle right, Hugh McElhenney, 2nd and 5. McElhenney to the 10, to the 5, and the touchdown. Hugh McElhenney might have just sent San Francisco to the semifinal round. A 104-yard effort, his 3rd touchdown of the day. It is 36-30 in favor of San Francisco. They could kick the normal kicked extra point here. Janikowski, it's good. 37-30 with 1:06 to go. James back deep. Do not count Washington out just yet. James took it at the 1. Past the 30. 37 yards to the 38. Larry Brown will be running back. He's 43. Ricky Sanders at 83. He'll be the right split end. First and 10 for the 38. Remember, Washington with all timeouts left. Monk with that catch, his 10th. A gain of 6. He goes to 150 yards receiving. San Francisco not calling time. I'm sure Washington will, right? Yes, they will. 2 left. Not over yet, folks. 2nd and 4 at the Washington 44. And Jurgensen looking for Ricky Sanders. Good coverage by Ronnie Lott and incompletion. Jurgensen, a very busy day. 24 for 47, 298 yards, 4 touchdowns. Both teams have given their all in this game. No question about it. 3rd and 4. It's going to be a screen to Larry Brown. Will he have enough for the first? He will. Gain of 6, and that puts Jurgensen over the 300-yard passing mark. 1st and 10 at the 28. The ball at the 50. Jurgensen. They have to score a touchdown, remember. Penalty, that's got to be.
Pass interference.
And it is.
Defense. Number 42, automatic. First down.
So Lott. Pass interference. We're down to 20 seconds to go. The ball is at the San Francisco 20. Take a deep breath, everybody. Woo! 1st and 10 at the 20. Jurgensen looking for Larry Brown, but that bounces off his hands. He cannot hold on. But that only takes 3 seconds off the clock. The ball is at the 20. 17 seconds left. The Commanders still have 2 timeouts. Jurgensen looking the sideline. Ricky Sanders, he'll gain 9. We're down to 10 seconds. Could be the way Action PC Football times out these plays, the last play of the game. 3rd and 1 from the 11. Jurgensen now 50 passes, 26 completions, 313 yards, 4 touchdowns. Let's see what happens here. Jurgensen over the middle. He's got Taylor. 6 seconds. And, of course, Washington's got to call time here with 3 seconds left. Well, undoubtedly now, this is the last play of the game. Unless Washington gets a touchdown, converts the extra point, and we go to overtime. 1st and goal, the ball at the 5. Let's just watch. Touchdown, Washington! Clark! 37-36 on the last play of the game. Hank Aguirre for the extra point to tie the score, and we'll go to overtime if he hits it. And he does. Overtime it is, and how fitting that this game, which has been one of the best games we've had in Season 2, will go to the sudden death overtime period. Or perhaps more. Washington won the toss, and they will be San Francisco will be kicking into the wind, so Washington gets the wind advantage. James back deep for Washington. We are dead even at 37. This is the first playoff game to go to overtime, I think, in either season of the HTFL. I'd have to check back on that, but I'm pretty sure this is the first postseason game we have ever had that go to overtime. 1st and 10 from the 20. Jurgensen already a very busy day. 28 for 52, 324 yards. He has now thrown 5 touchdowns. A 6th will advance Washington to the semifinals, and Cleveland awaiting them should they win. A gain of 2 for Don Bossler. Woo! What a battle we have had. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 22. Bossler, a gain of a yard. Brown making the tackle for San Francisco. He is piling up tackles. I'm very curious to see how many tackles he'll wind up with today. 3rd and 7. Ball at the 23. No catch. Jurgensen was looking for Bossler. So now, San Francisco, we do not play the alternating possession, the rules that we have in the NFL. Well, if you score a field goal, the other team gets the ball. But if you don't score a touchdown, that's the end of the game. No, this is sudden death. This is the old school NFL playoff rules. We keep playing until somebody scores. 4th and 7 at the 23. Eddie LeBaron. Yes, that is my George Carlin impersonation, football, baseball. Taylor returned it 12 yards to the 48. So San Francisco will have excellent field position. 41-yard punt by LeBaron, a 29-yard net. 1st and 10 at the 48 of San Francisco. We'll look to Gore on a dive play with 3 wide, and he gains nothing. Hamburger on the stop. So San Francisco, if we should go long enough, and we've never had a game go beyond 1 overtime in HTFL history, by the way. Should we go to double overtime, then they will get the win advantage. Fly to Cliff Branch on 2nd and 10. Young's going to run for how all far? It's a 16-yard gain and a 1st down. So the ball moves to the Washington 36. What a game this has been. 12:26 left in the overtime period, the first overtime period, because we could play more. Trap to the left, Frank Gore. Gore will gain 2. Man making the tackle. And these guys got to be exhausted playing a game where 74 points have been scored. We don't have a winner yet. And it's 2nd and 8 from the 34. I think I said that already, but what the heck. Medium fly to Dave Park, 2nd and 8. He's got it, and now San Francisco in field goal range. Janikowski would have a 74% chance of hitting a field goal here. So we're just going to use McElhenney, run the ball a little bit. We'll kick on 3rd if we get that far. And McElhenney, a sweep, another 7 yards. He's at 111 on the day. Probably one of the best games Hugh has had in the HTFL. 2nd and 3 from the 13. We're going to just go a dive play here for Frank Gore. And he will gain a yard. Janikowski will come on. He will try the field goal to end this game. It would be 29 yards on 3rd and 2. You kick on 3rd just in case something bad happens. You could still kick on 4th if you get possession back. Ray Guy will hold, I am sure. So this to send San Francisco to New York in the semifinals. The snap down, the kick is up, and San Francisco survives. 40-37 in overtime. What a game. Your MVP, Hugh McElhenney, and you see a very long score line here. And Washington has turned back the challenge of Washington. San Francisco turns back the challenge of Washington. We had 810 yards of total offense. Both teams were very good on 3rd down. San Francisco 12 of 15. Washington 12 of 16. This was a great game of execution. Both teams had 69 plays in this game. We had 54 first downs, 28-26 in favor of Washington. Jurgensen actually had the better throwing game, 28 of 53, 324, 5 touchdowns, but they couldn't get the win. McElhenney, 19 carries, 111 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. And your leading receiver in terms of catches and yards was Art Monk, 10 for 150. Now let's see how many tackles Willie Brown had. 14, and he led everybody. So 40-37, Washington losing out to San Francisco. San Francisco and New York, we now know, will be one of the semifinals. We come back to you with Dallas hosting Kansas City for our 4th quarterfinal. It's got a tough act to follow after this game. 40-37, San Francisco winning. And we now know that the Kansas City-Dallas winner will go to Cleveland in our first semifinal on Tuesday. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm wiped. That was quite a game. Might be one of the best games we've ever had on the HTFL. So we'll look forward to tomorrow, the fourth and last quarterfinal. This was a good one, folks. This one should be put in a time vault somewhere if this was a real game. So we hope you'll come back and watch our game tomorrow. We'll try to do it early in the afternoon, so those of you who are going to watch the PGA Championship in Tulsa, Oklahoma, can do so. That's what I'm going to do after this game. After I put this game in the can, edit it on Power Director and put it up on YouTube. Hope you all enjoyed it. This has been Big Paulie. Godspeed and God bless. Talk to you again soon, and bye bye for now, everybody.